what happened to the rest of
What
it?
happened to the rest?
Like, I'm already down here.
Mhm.
And then when he shows up, like, down fucking here. Right. Calling someone, be like, listen to me play karaoke. It's so weird. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Kindling Confessions podcast. We are your hosts,
Angela?
and AVC. And today's topic, we're getting into all the nitty gritty details of dating.
Definitely a big topic. There's a lot to talk about.
I'm excited, and I think a lot of people are going to be really into this idea because it starts out when you're young, but then even as you get older, I really don't think there's a cutoff for dating. It's always going to be a big part of your life,
Yeah.
unless you're just like not into people.
Yeah.
So I personally don't have a lot of experience with dating, despite kind of being the more intimately inclined person, if my viewers know me. But I do know Gen Z has been having this big problem with something called a situationship.
Oh, for sure.
So I've actually never seen or heard of someone actually in a situationship besides like someone online.
I feel like situationships are like wait, online as in like e-dating? Like
No, like
completely?
random content creators be like, situationship, but it's never them. It's always someone else that's in a situationship.
Yeah.
So I'm like, are they even real? Where are they?
They definitely are.
Are they in the room with us?
Yes, actually.
Wow.
So, okay, this one isn't ongoing, but I did have a failed situationship last spring, actually, a year
Oh,
ago.
happy anniversary.
Yes. So basically, hopefully this story isn't confusing because I'm really bad at storytelling, but I had this mutual friend that we met. Like I met him in Spanish class. And then he introduced me to one of his friends who was single, and his name, should I say his name?
Fake name.
Victor.
Mm.
His friend Victor. And then I was like, wait, he's actually really cute. Looking at his Instagram profile and everything, like he seems to have a similar interest of like K-pop. Um, and I was just kind of like, okay, like I'll shoot a DM because my mutual friend actually called Victor up while he was on call with me and being like, "What do you think of this girl? Like, are you down for this?" And then Victor was like laughing on the phone. He was like, "This is so crazy! Like, yeah, like I'm down." Um,
That's
so
a horrible way to meet someone, by the way.
through a mutual friend.
No, just being like calling your friend like, hey, do you like this girl? Okay, you guys should go out. I feel like that's just not. It's similar to dating via an app. It just feels so inorganic because you're just kind of throwing people together and hoping they get along well.
It does, but like at the same time, I feel like in this modern age, like most of your dating experience comes from dating apps because it's
Yeah.
like you know that what they're looking for in a sense, you know,
Well, you hope.
like
Some of these profiles, girl, you'd be. We'll get into that in a
yeah, we'll
minute.
get into that later. So yeah, we start texting, but right off the bat, he was kind of giving like dry, nonchalant texture.
Mm.
But I was like really delusional. I was like,
But do you think that was like intentional? Like he's trying to show off that he's like cool or something, or he's just like not interested, like bad?
I think he just that's the way he texts. Cause later, I saw like how he texts other people, same way. So that's just like how he is.
Mm.
But yeah, we start talking, and then like we hang out. I'm trying to remember a lot of the story, but it's kind of hard because I have really bad memory. But yeah, we basically start hanging out, and then we got sushi together. You know, he drove me, all that, paid for my meal, held the door open, and then yeah, like adding each other on Spotify, like earbuds. You know the app earbuds.
I
Yeah,
don't know the app. I do know like sharing your playlist together.
yeah, music taste. Of course, following each other on Instagram, and then yeah, just like talking, hanging out, and then hmm,
So what made that a situationship and not just an actual relationship?
Well, if it's gonna be an actual relationship, you need to be like ask them out, you know, and
You
be
guys were dating. You got
n-
sushi together. That's a date.
no, like you can go on dates but not be in a relationship. Going on a first date without like you get to know someone before.
What, so you just like ate and didn't get to know him? You sat in silence?
What do you mean?
If a day is like you getting to know someone, is that not what you did?
Yeah, like we got to know each other, but we weren't
Yeah.
official.
Girl, just because you don't call it a date does not mean it's not a date. If you look at a pigeon, but you call it a bird, it's still a pigeon.
So what you're saying is that like if you go on a date, you're like in a thing, like in a relationship.
I think if you're consistently going on date, like one date, that's just you guys went on a date. If you guys like drop it from there, then you guys did not work out. But if you
Yeah,
keep talking, like keep up with that kind of energy, that's dating.
I don't know. For me, I feel like you need to be like, will you be my girlfriend for it to be like this is the official mark. Like it's like an offer letter at an internship or something. Like you need the paperwork.
I get okay.
But we only went on like three.
That's dating. That's dating. Okay, I'm gonna be
Okay.
honest. A lot of my information comes from like fan fictions and like books I read.
Yeah.
Usually, more often than not, okay, this might kind of be really cringe. The dominant person usually does never like make things official because like they often don't think. I kind of think the same way. If you're dating, then you're dating. You don't have to label anything. Usually, it's the submissive one who's like kind of insecure. They're like, "What are we?" And they're like, "Bitch, do you not know? We've been dating for the past 5 years. You don't know that we're
Oh
dating?
my god.
Like, you don't know that you're my boyfriend? Like, what?
That could happen in person, but I think it's a bit different. I don't know.
You think you need to like set that standard? Like, we are dating just because you go on dates and you're like,
It was only like three.
that's still
Okay,
dating.
agree to disagree. Anyways, yeah, so we are just like talking and everything, and then I remember he literally, get this, he had an ex. He broke up with his ex 2 months ago, but like they were just dating, and that the relationship only lasted like 2 months, and she didn't even live in the same state, so they never met up with each other in person, and he just like wasn't over her, and I was just kind of like confused how you would still be caught up over a girl you've never met in person,
Okay, no,
and
I
like
get that you can build strong relationships over the internet. I think it's not very common, but it's definitely possible. But I personally, I don't think I would value a digital relationship more than a real relationship, like physical.
yeah,
Because that's just kind of like if you're, I don't know how to describe it. Like if you dated a robot, kind of.
yeah,
Like it's just less real.
low key I don't think they ever called. I think it was just a texting
Just
relationship.
texting. Girl, pick up a book. If you want some like weird long distance, I can't say the word exting, just read a book.
Yeah.
Because at that point, that's what they're doing. If you want to be like just sending cutie messages to people, go pick up a book.
Clocked. But
Does he read?
I don't think so.
That's the problem.
Okay.
If he read, he wouldn't be in that kind of situation.
Okay, period. Clock it. But yeah, he was like, I guess, like really in love with her because he was like trying to crochet or yarn her like a sweater or something.
Did he ever crochet or yarn before that?
I don't think so.
So it's literally learning something just for her.
Yeah, but I just still don't get it. Like, it was only a 2 months relationship and you guys were only texting.
Mm.
And like, she could be catfishing you,
And
mind
mind you,
you.
he's doing all this whilst he's not dating you.
No, because all the stuff that he was doing was like before,
Mm.
but then they broke up because she caught feelings for her guy best friend.
Mm.
Um, and then some time passes, then he gets introduced to me,
Mm.
but he's still not over her.
So all like the yarn stuff, that's before he met
Yeah, the
you.
yarn stuff incomplete, in the past, but basically after going on like 2, 3 dates maybe, he sends me this like long ass essay basically saying comparing me to her and basically being like glazing the shit out of her, basically being like, I just thought you were cute, your smile's nice, but I never like would ever think about dating you. And then saying how like, oh, like she would wake up at 5 a.m. and run 2 miles every morning, and then basically glazing how she had like a really good work ethic or like a routine, this and that, this and that. Honestly, I feel like I could pull it up if I really wanted to.
You could.
I could.
I if you want to do that, I'm just gonna like talk about that.
Yeah,
That's just like such a toxic
it is.
way to be. First of all, you should never be comparing your partners to other people because in that case, why the fuck are you with them? It sounds like he's just trying to like rebound or use someone else to cover up his own pain, which
Rebound for
again,
sure.
toxic. You should not be doing that. If you have problems, you sort them out yourself and don't harm other people in order to make yourself feel better. And just like that's just stupid. Like what the fuck?
It is. And get this, he also was like within like the third day of talking, he was like, I don't want to use you as a rebound.
And then he did.
Yeah, he did. Oh my god. I don't know if I can find this because this was like
Mm,
pretty
it does not matter.
far
Oh, I
down.
like your chain.
Phone charm?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. This is gonna take some digging because I definitely screenshot this and sent this to multiple of my friends. Um,
So
but yeah, basically glazing. Oh,
I'm gonna be
okay.
honest, you probably sent it to me. I just don't remember.
I don't think so.
Ditto's on the bad memory. So in all, honestly, it sounds like you guys were dating, and then he broke it off.
I still wouldn't say so.
But okay, I'm kind of on this side, which is kind of more of the view of millennials and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Gen Z is very situationships are very much a Gen Z thing.
Yeah.
From what I've heard from other people, situationship does not exist. It's just dating, but not calling it dating. So, what do you think is the distinction between dating? Is it just calling it dating or not?
The distinction between dating and a situationship,
Yeah,
the label, and like the commitment. Because if you're in a situationship, I feel like there's more leniency with being able to talk to other people. While with dating, it's like hard no, unless you're in like a poly relationship.
I think I don't think labels matter like ever when it comes to identity or like anything. It is what it is. Actions speak louder than words. And when it comes to dating, I think after your first date, you're like, oh, I kind of want to be with this person. Okay, you guys are kind of seeing each other. You are seeing each other. You're not in a full blown relationship, but it's still dating. And I think when you're kind of in that seeing each other phase, like first date, yes. Before the first date, probably not after the second date. I think you still have some leeway of texting and like talking to other people. Don't put all of your eggs in one basket. You're not fully committed to anyone yet. You're just kind of testing your options. So you go like on one date with this person, one date with that person, one date with the person over there. But unless you like feel certain about someone, you go on like the second date, or you're like, oh no, we really hit it off. That's when I would like lock in on someone, and other people have to be like, sorry, I don't think it's gonna work out. And then that's kind of second date. That's when you guys are dating, and then the dating goes into relationship. Because I see talking to each other, dating, relationship as three different tiers.
Yeah.
So
Okay, yeah. I cannot find this letter for the life of me,
it's fine.
but whatever. Lots of glazing, basically saying he never wanted to date with me. He only found me cute. And then I was like really hurt by that. And I didn't really know how to respond, but I didn't want to like, I wanted to seem like, I don't know, kind of nonchalant about it. So I was like, okay, like, but like, yeah, we can like still be friends or something. Cause I didn't want to like sound like I don't know. Um, so then he was like, okay. And then like 2 days later, he asked me to like get lunch together because he had like a break between class or something.
After he sent you the breakup text?
More, yeah.
Breakup text.
Okay, whatever, yeah. So then I'm like, yeah, like let me kind of like.
And you said yes.
I said yes because
I'd
I
be like,
wanted to seem like I didn't care,
fuck you, go to hell.
bro.
I don't care, but like, go. I don't want to be toxic, but like, go die
Yeah.
in a hole. You used me. You clearly don't care about me. Fuck off.
Okay, so I said yes because I didn't want to seem too butthurt and
Mm.
like I want to be chill, nonchalant. So we go to this like place off campus, but like nearby. Um, he lets me take a sip of his lemonade, same straw, and then he buys 2 pieces of spam musubi, and he in the car because we didn't eat inside.
What's spam musubi? Spam, obviously, but musubi?
Spam, a block of rice, and then like seaweed wrapped around it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that
um,
was called that.
yeah, it's really good,
Mm,
but he buys 2 of them along with like his like main entree.
mm.
And then in the car he's like, here, like take one, like I bought it for you. And then I was like, what? Like I was like refusing, like no, this is like you paid for it.
I'm curious. Do you know what time he sent you that like breakup text? Was it like at night?
It was no, it was not at night. It was in the day. Like
Mm.
'cause I remember reading it while I was like walking, like
Because it sounds like
you
he's
know.
kind of regretting it and trying to get back with you. He realized he like dropped the ball. Apologies,
I don't think
food.
he knew what he wanted, but so he's like trying to get me to eat this piece of spam musubi, and I'm like no, but then he's like take it. So I'm like,
Boy's trying to drug you.
no. But he was just like very insistent on it in a nice way. So I was like, fine. So I took it. Then he dropped me off um to my class. It was like goodbye, blah blah blah. And then this part was really weird. Basically, he like deactivated his Instagram account
Mm.
and was like basically being really dramatic.
In his emo era.
Yes, and basically being all he texted was like, I'm like gonna be gone for a few days, like bye. And
When you were dating him, did you like sense any emotional instability, like if he has mental illness or anything?
no, like he seemed totally fine.
Hmm.
So I was like, what the heck is going on? I was kind of freaking out because I was like, is he about to like,
Yeah.
you know? So I'm like low key spam texting him, being like, what's going on? Like, do you need help? And then basically he was telling me that he's depressed and being like, I don't have the same interest that I do as before. Like I'm losing interest, which is a sign of depression.
Yeah.
And then basically he just wanted to like find who he is, that type beat. And then I was like, okay, like I'll give you your space, but like if you need anything, like let me know because I am worried about you. Um, and then he's like, yeah, thank you. Was in that same time period, he posts a poem on his Instagram that he also sent to me, and that it was about his ex. And I was just like, you cannot be serious. Like this is so cringy. I don't even know like what I don't remember the details of it, but it was bad. And I was like, you're joking. Then I was like, whatever.
The fact that he sent it to you as well. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Exactly. And then
I'm kind of mad at you that you didn't block him.
I was really delusional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all
But
been there.
yeah, you live and you learn.
No,
What do we know?
we don't learn. We keep being delulu.
Okay. Sometimes. But I like to think that I'm past that. I forget who initiated the conversation first, but basically I was like, oh my God. He called me and then I was like, what's up? And then he called me just for me to listen to him do karaoke at home. And I was like, why am I like here?
That's cringe.
I know. And then he was
Okay,
just like doing a bunch of nothing.
even if he's trying to rebound, I think even if you were dating, just calling someone, be like, listen to me play karaoke. It's so weird.
He's really into singing and like music and like FL Studio. You know what that is? Yeah. He would post covers of like him playing the piano and shit, like on his Instagram as well.
So he
Even
makes content. He
yeah.
should have made a reel about doing karaoke, not calling you. Make some money.
So I'm just kind of like, so you're like depressed and like I'm trying to help you, but all you're doing is singing Sam Smith. What? What am I supposed like? I'm still concerned about you, but like I can't really find a time to jump in and say some words of affirmation while you're doing karaoke. So then he's like, okay, I gotta go to like Sonic and like pick up food for my family. I'll call you later. So I'm like, okay. He calls me later on like Discord, but I like didn't get the notification for some reason. So then I'm like, this liar. Like he said he was gonna call me, but he didn't. Found out he did call me, so I'm like, oh my god, like why didn't you like actually say something? And then he was like, it's whatever. Like he's just like very dismissive about it,
Nonchalant.
nonchalant. So then like we call again, and then he was just giving a whole lot of nothing, and then basically just like ranting about how he like is trying to like pay off his car, but he doesn't want to rely or ask his mom to help with the payments
Mm,
because she's a single mom.
mm.
But she's a software engineer, and I feel like that makes a good amount of money, and their house is pretty big. Don't I'll We'll get into that later about how I know how his house looks like. So like
The
she has
karaoke video. House
house
tour.
tour. So they have money, and like he also has like a little sister, so like she can provide for two children as a single mom and has a big ass house. So I don't really know why he was so scared of like asking her for support, but
Mm.
I guess I don't know.
I think it's kind of normal for kids. They don't want to like rely on the parents for like stuff.
Yeah, but mind you, his only job is DoorDash. You're making nothing off of that.
I know a lot of DoorDashers. They sometimes they were making more money than me. Like the DoorDash black drivers or like whatever it's called, like when they're like the deluxe or like supreme
Yeah.
version, they're making $300 per order.
Well, that was not him. I'll tell you that. But
These kids not working hard enough.
yeah, basically complaining to me about how he doesn't make enough money, his car,
That's a
and then
joke,
how
by the
he's
way.
like, hmm?
That's a joke. I don't
Oh,
get canceled for
oh,
saying people don't work.
yeah. And then like how he's falling behind in school. So I'm like, okay, like let me try to create like a routine for you or something, like so you can like get like lock in. And I'm like trying to send him like encouraging messages because he had this like English essay due and he was working on that. And then he still had Korean homework to do. So I was like, yay, like now that you I'm getting my timeline mixed up, but I'm gonna complete this story and then I'll add in the big thing that happened before.
Mm.
So he's like, I have this like big ass English essay, then my Korean. He finished the English essay, which took him all day, and then I was like, okay, good job. Like now you should do your Korean homework so you can like submit it on time. And then he was like acting like a total diva, being like, no, you don't understand. Like I've been like slaving away doing this like essay all day. Like I can't take it anymore. Blah 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 blah. I'm just
Girl,
gonna like not submit or like submit the homework late. I'm just not gonna do it.
감사합니다. Call me back when you know what that means.
Exactly. And then
That's Korean, right? I hope I was.
uh, basically he got mad at me not saying for not glazing him for finishing his English essay. And then he was saying, my mom read it and she said it sounded like a graduate student honors thesis.
Great. Go ask your mom to help you.
And he was using chat, by the way.
ChatGPT.
Yes, to help with
Girl.
his English essay.
That's a whole different topic.
That is. Anyways, so I was just kind of like fed up with it. Then I was like, okay, like you didn't really like we can communicate about this, but I feel like the impression that you were giving me and the like what I was trying to convey, two different things. But he just like didn't really seem to want to talk about it, so I just said, all right, good night, Victor, sleep well, and
Damn.
blocked.
You should use his last name. Get the full government name in there.
Okay, so what happened before his whole depression episode
Mm,
was it was in between the spam musubi like lunch hangout
mm.
and then the depression thing. It was on like a Friday. Well, actually, it was like mid depression. Like he told me it was like the karaoke stuff, but he didn't like whatever. So I'm like, okay, you singing karaoke and then us like never really like addressing the situation doesn't make me feel super comfortable. Um, like I know for me when I'm like upset or like I feel a bit lonely or something, I like to hang out with my friends as a way to like distract myself, you know, kind of like touch grass. Um, or just like talking to someone about it. So I was telling him that and he said, "I'm not going to drive 20 minutes to campus just to talk about my feelings." So I'm like, "Okay, it's giving toxic masculinity." And I was just like, "Okay, like your loss," but in a nicer way. But then I was like, "Okay, like I'm going to leave you be." Then later,
I do know like it's a thing that apparently like boys like don't talk about their emotions. They just kind of let themselves suffer. But
yeah.
like giving so many signs of like help me, but
Yeah.
then when the help comes, you're like fuck off.
Exactly. Like I'm trying to give you an outlet, but you're not taking it. Um so then later that night, I think I was still like really like not feeling good about this. And of course, I wasn't like I don't want him to like on the
Mm.
spot. And then so I'm like, okay, like do you want to hang out? Cuz like I don't really feel too like good about how we left things off about your whole like depression situation. And he's like, mm, I have some like errands to run tomorrow, but like you can come join me on it. Or like no, he's like, yeah, sure, we can hang out. He pulls up, and then I get in the car, and then I'm like, so what are we doing? Then he's like, I have a few errands to run. You can like join me on it. Then I'm like, okay, sure. Because I was just kind of like hoping to like talk to him like on the way. So we go to like this volleyball gym because he likes doing volleyball. And then
I didn't know they sold food there. Food errand, going to volleyball.
no, it wasn't food.
What?
Where'd you get food from?
You said you're going on food errands. He has
No,
groceries.
no. I don't. If I said food, cross that out. Food is not on the list.
Okay, period.
Okay. So he goes to the volleyball gym. He like drops off a form because he needed like a refund or something. Then he like his friend is there, so he's like, "Oh, what's up, bro?" Then he's like, the friend is like, "Oh my god, do you want to go get Jollibee?" So he's like, "Yeah, man. Like if you like, I'll pay for you or something." Um, so then I'm like standing there, like, am I? I guess I'm included because like I have no ride home, regardless. So we all go to Jollibee. I'm sitting in the back, and I'm like, "This is like kind of awkward. Like I'm third
Yeah.
wheeling." And then I tried Jollibee for the first time. That was nice.
Was it good? I don't know what that is.
It's like Filipino, fried chicken, rice, etc.
Hmm.
It was okay. I just don't think it's like really my cup of tea. Um, but then after that, I don't know if we did another thing, but he dropped off his friend at the volleyball gym after we were done Jollibee. Then he starts door dashing for a bit. After he completes his quota, um, he starts joking about like me like sleeping over. And you know me, I don't know if you're like this, but I love looking at people's houses. I'm very nosy and I'm like I'm just interested in how people decorate their houses. So the topic of like me going over to his house was like it wasn't the first time it was brought up. But I thought he was joking. Um but then he's like still kept on bringing it up. But I was like I still thought he was joking. And then eventually like yeah, it was basically like okay, I'm going to this guy's house. So I get to his house. Nobody's home because his little sister and his mom like to go over to his uncle's house a lot, just to like chill, hang out, you know. And sometimes they spend the night over there.
Red flag number two.
Okay, so I go into his house. Beautiful house, by the way. I'm like, wow, like I'm really invested. So I'm like, wow, like let me look in your fridge, you know, like oh, nice couch, whatever, whatever. Then we go upstairs, and then he's like, he cleans up his room like before I go upstairs. And then I go upstairs.
Were you just like waiting in the living room, like, come get me when you're
Yeah,
finished? How long?
10, 15
Red
maybe.
flag number three.
Okay. Um, then I go up and then I take like a tour of his room. I'm like, okay, wait, this is pretty cool. Like, nice room. Then I start like looking through all this shit. Cause like, and then I'm like, oh, like, I see this notebook, and then it's like, oh yeah, like I like to sketch a bit. Flip to this page. It's his ex,
Hmm. Right.
but it was old. So
Okay, Mr. Bridgerton.
yeah. Wait, I've actually never watched Bridgerton.
Uh, it's good.
Okay. And then I see the ball of like yarn on one of his like couch. That's how I knew he was trying to crochet a like sweater for her.
Like, okay, I was thinking he's gonna like make a plushie like of her or something, but he's gonna
No.
make a sweater to give to her.
Yes. For the first time they would meet in person. That never happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then I think we watched like a few episodes of like anime. Then he was like, I'm gonna go take a shower. And I'm like, okay.
So on Netflix, it chilled in his empty house, or
More like
crunchy rolled and chill.
okay. Okay, no, we were just sitting. We weren't cuddling.
Mm.
Anyways, he takes a shower. Then I'm like, okay. In the meantime, I'm like sitting on his bed because I'm like paranoid. Because like I don't when someone's not there, I don't like to like I feel like kind of
No,
stationary.
it's awkward. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awkward. So I text my roommate what's going on. And I take a selfie of myself because I'm like, I feel great. And then um I like low key sent a video of his room to my roommate. I was like this is the situation. Yeah. So he comes out the shower in a towel. But mind you, he's a twink. So there's not much to look at. And I'm like kind of unimpressed, to be honest.
This is a great fan fiction. I'm loving this.
And then yeah, he gets his clothes or whatever, and he like gets dressed. I didn't see. I was looking away. And then why are you looking at me like that?
Nothing.
Okay.
Shame is a twink.
Yeah. Then I'm like, okay, are you dropping me off like back at campus? And he was like, I mean, if you really want to. Then I was like,
Is your backseat comfortable? No.
what
No.
are you
Okay.
implying here?
Coming out in the towel and after Netflix and chilling. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's asking.
He's asking
He's
for
a horn.
it. He's what?
He's a horn dog, and he's
Yeah.
upset about the fact that you want to leave because he's trying to get some. So
So,
his last resort is gonna be like backseat or something like the fuck.
so
Which
actually,
don't do. It's so uncomfortable.
oh, so you know.
No.
Okay. Anyways, so mind you, I'm still delusional about this man. So I'm like, I guess I'll stay the night. But one thing about me is that I don't do friends with benefits. Like I only like, I don't give myself away in that sense, like that easily. Um, so then I'm like, do you have like I didn't bring any pajamas or something. Like, do you have makeup remover or anything? He like finds some makeup remover from like his mom's like bathroom. I use his cleanser and his skincare, and then he gives me his over. It just happened to be oversized. His, I think it was like a jersey, but it was like oversized shirt with sweatpants. And then I tried it on. And I was like, I look horrible. Like this is like not flattering on
Yeah.
me at all. He stands behind me and he adjusts the like shirt on me. So I'm like how could that girl not be confused? You know, it's giving mixed signals.
The
Even though,
fan fiction is fan fiction.
yeah. So then we go back to his room.
Would you be mad if I wrote this into an actual fan fiction posted it?
It'd be really funny, actually.
I was sat in that chair when we talked about it.
Go ahead. I'd love to see it. I think it'd be really funny.
I'll maybe put in the description.
Yeah. Then he decides to play his fuck ass piano for me. And I'm like, okay, cool, he can play, you know, nice music. Then it's like, okay, time to sleep.
What kind of music was it?
I don't know.
Because I think that makes a difference.
Some like classical rendition.
Because if he's trying to like serenade you with the piano, I think that's
Maybe he was, but it was classical music. and like I don't gaff like that. So
Girl, it depends who it is. Like,
okay,
I'm not gonna give examples, but like classical music can be like very. Anyway,
okay. Anyways,
anyways, I'll show you
um,
my playlist.
okay, okay. um, so yeah, he plays piano for me. Then I was like, okay, bedtime. He gets me a glass of water from downstairs, which was nice. Um, and then I'm trying to like get comfy. His bed's softer than the university bed, I'll tell you that,
Of course.
of course. But it's very weird. Like even with sleepovers, like I can't fall asleep at someone else's house. It's a struggle for me.
Yeah, I could never. Too much anxiety.
Hmm.
Even if I know you, I'm gonna be scared like you're gonna kill me.
Yeah. So we both lay down, and then I'm like, okay,
In the same bed.
in his bed, yes. And then I'm like, okay, we still haven't touched on this like depression situation. Like, tell me what's up. So he's like, oh, I'm fine. Like I.
Right.
So I'm like, okay.
At any point, did you feel like he was using depression to manipulate you?
Afterwards, I think so, but in the moment, I didn't realize. And of course, I didn't want to be the person that was like, like accusing, you know. Um, we talk about his ex for a little bit.
We don't like victors.
Okay.
That's
Oh, okay. We'll get into that later, off the podcast. So, yeah, we have some pillow talk, I guess.
yeah,
Some
pillow talk.
tee haha, you know. Um,
He's fine. You're in his bed, wearing his jersey, after crunchy rolling and chilling.
yeah, so I'm like, okay, good night. But his lights are off, but like he keeps his like monitor on because his monitor like shows the time when it's like resting or something. I don't
That's
know.
like not good for
It's
the
not.
environment.
It's not good, but so it's kind of bright, and I'm like kind of struggling to fall asleep. But anyways, we're like high key spooning because I sleep on my side. So at first I was like laying on my back, and I literally said, "Okay, well I sleep on my side, so I turn on my side." He puts his arm like under, you know how like guys like
Yeah,
yeah, he puts
yeah,
his arm under, and then hand around my waist or arm around my waist. So we're like high key spooning, and then I'm like, at first I was like, okay, am I crushing your arm? Because like my head is like on your arm, and then he's like, no, like it's fine. So I'm like, okay, good. But I'm just like, I was like, so many thoughts were like in my head. I was like, is something about to happen? Like, what is this? Like, cause I was still thinking about like the whole big ass essay that he sent me.
Were you thinking like, where's the knife or where's the protection? like where like because like you're doing all of this, he's clearly here for one thing. Maybe you didn't realize it at the
I didn't
time,
realize it at the time.
but like so you're going through this, you're like obviously uncomfortable, but you're like, if this guy tries something, I'm gonna kill him, or like what?
Well, I knew where the protection was because he told me.
He told you
He told me.
that like that night or
It was
beforehand.
in his closet, but I didn't see where it was. He was like, "Yeah, it's in my closet." And then, um, but I was like, it relates to a different situation because
Right,
when we were on like one of our like dates, we were talking in the car. I opened the glove compartment, and he's like, "No, don't look." Obviously, I'm gonna look. Two condoms at the bottom. I'm
right.
like, "What's this?"
Two.
Yeah, what happened to the
What happened to the
what,
rest of
what
it?
happened to the rest? And then he was like, "I did it once with my ex girlfriend, not the virtual one, the one that was like IRL."
I would hope.
What do you mean?
Oh, do you know that one person who like dated the car? Could be one of those situations.
Okay. Anyways, but then I'm like, okay,
If the glove fits.
yeah.
The
So,
Oxport's pretty small though, so guess you
so
dodged a bullet.
yeah. So yeah, I'm like, I forget like what I said exactly, but I think I said something about it, but I was very like, that wasn't doing it was not in my head. Basically, he was like, "Oh, I bought a pack of 12. The rest is over here. Like the rest is in my closet." And then I'm like, "Okay, like I don't see it, but
Good to
okay, yeah,
know.
good to know." Um, whatever, fast forward back to like the sleeping thing. I'm trying to sleep. Then he's like low key like saying some like sexual shit to me. And I'm like, I just keep on like cock blocking it. I just keep like shutting it down every single time. But it was throughout the whole entire night. He was saying shit to me. And then he was like, if you're down to do friends with benefits, I'm
Bitch.
down. Then I'm like, no, I don't do friends with benefits. Like, I don't think you should either, because especially with where you're at right now, I don't think it's healthy for you. And he was like, oh, okay, okay. And then I tried going back to sleep again, said some more shit, and then I'm like, then eventually I fall asleep. Then I wake up next morning. He's acting nonchalant, like nothing ever happened, like we didn't cuddle, and then and like he didn't say a bunch of shit last night. So then I'm like, okay, like we gotta leave because I'm kind of paranoid about his mom coming in. And then so we leave. He buys me breakfast, which was nice, and he drops me off. Then later that night, that's when like the whole like, oh, I'm deactivating my Instagram. I'm gonna go like offline, like don't contact me. But I'm just like, it was very off putting how he just like acted like nothing happened the next morning. Probably because he didn't get what he wanted, but still, yeah,
He's a.
yeah,
I really think he's literally just manipulating you using his mental health in order to like get you in the same place. Okay, this is something I kind of like knew going into it, but you did this twice where you're going to another location and he's driving you. I really don't fuck with that because you're kind of trapped. Unless you
yeah,
buy an Uber,
yeah,
you're forced and dependent upon the other person to drive you home and have that car ride be safe. Because you never,
yeah,
like, they're younger, but like, if you're like going on a date with someone you don't know,
yeah.
getting kidnapped, in this situation, I'm I'm gonna assume the only reason you didn't get up and leave is because you could not go home because he's drove you.
Kind of, but the main reason was because I was still delusional about him,
Mm,
just not in a sexual way.
mm.
So yeah,
Cause
luckily,
like
like he didn't try to whip out a knife or anything. So,
I'd be worried about like it not going that south, but different kind of
like
south.
rape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can't say that word. Cause I like yeah. Cause I feel like first of all, I feel like I would not. Okay, maybe I would be in this situation, but like no, I really don't think I would because if I was not into the person, but honestly, in this situation, you kind of were. Because
Hmm.
like, you guys were dating. You might deny it, but like you guys were dating. I feel like, yeah, I probably would be into it. But like if he's like trying to really force himself on you, like, what if we did XYZ? I'm like, if I'm really not having it, I'm just so uncomfortable. I'm getting up out of the bed. I don't care
Yeah.
if you're uncomfortable now. You have made me so uncomfortable. Like that's your problem. I'm getting up. I'm leaving. I will walk home.
I will say, I think he did say that if there was any time that I wanted to go home, he would drive me back, which is good. But trust.
Do we take it as a word though? Like we kind of have to, but
I don't
like
know.
I don't think that's like reassuring because you're still dependent on him. Is it like a power imbalance thing?
I guess. But then I think I texted a few of my other friends being like,
I'm here.
yeah, like if I text you in the middle of the night, can you pick me up? And then they're like, yeah. So I had an exit. I had an exit. But that's my like failed situationship.
Dating horror story.
Anyways, that took like way too long for me to tell because I'm really bad at storytelling, like I said
No, that
before.
was fine.
Yeah, like looking back, I do believe that he was using mental health as an
Manipulation
manipulation
tactic.
tactic. Um, but then I don't know. I was trying to fetch the essay text for the life of me, but could not
Mm-hmm.
find it. And then I was looking back at like the way I texted the mutual friend that we had, and I was just cringing at my behavior. But
Mm.
I think that's the thing I do in general, where I just look back and like even things I say that are like simple, like
That
I'll
just means you've grown.
yeah, definitely like less delusional.
Sadly.
But it was fun when it lasted ish.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Just
Yeah.
enjoy your time.
Yeah.
Except when he's manipulating you, kill him.
Yeah.
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 So going away from situationships, we have like actual dating. Do you have any? Well, do you want to talk about your dating experience?
So I've only had one ex and then one relationship I'm currently in. So I wouldn't say too experienced, but I'm also not like unseasoned or whatever.
Mm.
Um First one definitely taught me a lot. I was definitely like I'd say like naive because it was in high school. Um which in a way it might be like, oh, that's like not too long ago. But I think like the jump from high school to college is like pretty good for like growth.
No, that first year, I took a gap year. That year, I like developed so much.
Really.
Like I'm a complete different person from high school senior year. Then
But
again, I wasn't really like anyone in senior year because I was just like stoned 24/7.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. Do you want to go more in depth about how you changed?
Well, I mean, just I mental health wise really fucked up, especially after COVID. Just like being a teenager,
Yeah.
extremely whatever. I like knew who I was, but I was also incredibly depressed because I couldn't express myself in the way I wanted to.
Yeah.
And so during that period, I did a lot of like becoming more independent and just developing my life so I could be closer to the person I wanted to be. And just like healing a lot. And then I started working, so I got money, so it's even more independence.
Mhm. But would you say having to stay in that identity during work like added some pressure to like your mental health?
Okay, despite the stereotypes with the work environment we were in,
Yeah.
I found decent community. Like everyone was
Yeah.
really okay with who I was. There was like problems higher up with like
Yeah.
homophobia and stuff,
Yeah.
but besides meetings, I was really accepted in that space.
Interesting. Definitely not like expected from the work environment.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah. The stereotype was very much against us.
Yeah. Um hmm.
So, any more? Do you want to go in depth about your dating experience? Like, what was it like?
Bad.
Bad?
I don't want to like make claims that might not be totally accurate, but this might be reaching and we can cut it out. But I think I couldn't label it as like I was emotionally abused in that relationship.
How so?
Manipulation mainly. Um,
Just like invalidating your feelings and stuff, or
Whenever I would try to express like in an argument like how I felt, he would flip it around and make it about him. So that's one like
mm,
tactic. And then it was difficult because like he was Muslim and I'm like atheist, so it's like a religion difference. And then like trying to respect certain aspects while also like you know
mm,
yeah. And then yeah, I think like the way he was raised, and then like because he grew up in Baltimore and everything, and like I guess like the culture there was very different from like where the
suburbs?
suburbs. Yeah. So I guess like a little bit of like culture shock, um, and like a lot of toxic masculinity,
Mm,
lots of double standards. Um, I'd say a little bit of not respecting boundaries.
yeah.
Yeah.
How did you guys come together when it seems like you have very different?
Honestly, good question. I think we met online, um,
Hmm, what kind of online?
literally over Snapchat.
Oh,
But we had a science class together, but we never talked like in person. I was just like adding random people here and there, and then yeah. And then I guess it was like because I've never had anyone like me before, and I definitely like had feelings for him first, but I think it was just like it's new, and like you want who doesn't want love,
no, yeah.
So definitely like fell for him first, and then some like you know competition for him. I think that definitely added um
Competition?
competition.
What do you mean by that?
Like I was fighting, well, not actually fighting, but like there's another girl who was trying to be with him as well.
You had competition.
I had
Yeah.
competition. Yes. And I like now if I were to like talk to a guy and he was like he had like another girl on his radar, absolutely not. I would drop it.
Mm.
But at that time, you know, immature, I was just like, I don't know. It was a competition. I was like, I
No, yeah.
wanted to win. I wanted to be like, fuck that bitch. So
Do you think that is any part for your ego? Like, he wants me because I'm better? Or is it just like
yes,
purely competitive? Like, fuck that bitch.
both.
Okay.
It definitely was like an ego boost.
Mm.
Um, yeah. And then I think I like had a lot of, is it empathy or sympathy? Where it's like you
Which
feel for them, but you never experience it yourself.
sympathy?
Okay. I had a lot of sympathy for him because he would open up to me about like his like past experiences, trauma, whatever, whatever. And then I think I would excuse a lot of his behavior and blame it on like his trauma and then try to fix him. So that was also one thing.
Mm. So I feel like I kind of experienced the same thing, but not in a competitive way. When I first got into the dating sphere, I was like, of course, like I had standards.
Yeah.
I always have really high standards, but I was way more lenient because the idea of someone liking me after like spending my entire life basically by myself, dating sphere as like a queer youth did not really exist because there was like what 10 queer people in the entire school.
Yeah.
Well, at least like that I knew of.
And I feel like they had a different, very like aesthetic from
Very
you.
different.
Very like art kid. Like,
Well, I'm kind of
okay,
artistic,
but like,
but they definitely were like very different personalities from me.
yeah, yeah.
Like when I did try and get in that sphere, back then I wasn't like super alt or anything. I was like
Yeah.
pretty basic because I was just like conforming to whatever the fuck life gave me.
Mm-hmm.
So trying to mingle with them, like I respected them so much because I love their aesthetic. I didn't have
Mm-hmm.
it for myself, but they just like didn't respect me, and I didn't really fit in with them.
Yeah.
And then of course, complete different personalities.
Yeah. Agreed.
Which like looking back, dating in high school is so fucking crazy because nobody knows who the fuck they are. You were just a child going through school.
Yeah. I feel like dating in high school is almost the same as dating in middle school. It's like kind of like not real. Like,
Who the fuck dates in middle school?
I mean, like, remember, like in middle school, it'd be like, oh my god, like, yo, like the popular white kids would be like, oh, this jock is dating this girl.
In middle school?
Yes, in middle school. And then
That's
there'd be rumors like, oh my god, she lost her virginity to.
uh,
Yes, it's crazy, but that can be a topic for another time.
right.
Yeah.
So okay, coming out of high school, of course like I'm always available.
Yeah.
Like I'm walking around campus, got my booty out there, but I didn't. Okay, people are like not social these days, so I feel like meeting people IRL is almost impossible unless you
Yeah.
have a connection.
Yeah.
So I finally was like, I'm gonna go on dating apps.
Yeah.
So I settled on Hinge because the other most popular apps are just basically for hooking up, which I'm not into.
Yeah.
And yeah, like of course, like there was people who liked me. I was like, no, you're not my type whatsoever. And then also there's like this weird thing of like people matching with you that literally have nothing com- that like aligns with you.
Yeah.
Like, why are Republicans liking my profile?
Yeah.
That's like weird.
No idea.
And so the first date I went on, should I talk about this?
Yeah.
We matched, we're talking like all day. And then because I'm busy with school, we decided to go on a date the following day, which is already so much drama with that because it was like my sister's birthday.
Okay.
And like just that whole thing, going out for dinner whilst also having a date, that was just like a lot.
Yeah.
But mind you, I never really properly saw this guy's face. I just like really saw half photos.
His face was in his profile.
Hmm?
His face was in his profile.
Not this one. He had like
The first
most,
one.
yeah. He had he had like his phone covering his face. He had his cat covering his face. He had like a nose down shot. So like I can kind of piece together.
Okay, but there was like one picture where he was like, it was like
Was,
a.
was there?
You sent it to me.
I'll take your word for it.
Should I
But
pull it
then,
up?
I mean, probably not for
Well, I'll show it to
anonymity.
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he we like show up and he looks completely different than his profile. Like I'm gonna say I got catfished, but like the photos and the person, it's definitely the same person, but they look nothing alike. And then
Me
like,
with my situationship catfished.
how you catfished? You knew who he was.
Well,
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
yeah, like you knew how he looked.
No, but even from that, he looks completely different from that.
Really?
IRL, yeah. Like
Did he sell facial hair?
I think he had more, but
Mm,
not like a full on beard or anything.
yeah.
But like my expectations are high. I'm the type of person where I date to marry. So like
Of
I'm down
course.
for committed shit. I'm not
Yeah.
doing like short term. Let's be together for 3 months and just like leave. Like bitch, who the fuck?
Yeah.
Um, like I was okay. Like my expectations were here. I already kind of lowered them because like okay,
Yeah, it's hard.
I need the validation. I need the what do you even call that? I need to fill my romantic needs.
Yeah.
So like I'm already down here, and
Mm-hmm.
then when he shows up, like down fucking here,
Yeah.
completely different.
Yeah.
And the conversation was so awkward. I felt like I was carrying it. He didn't ask me any questions. And then the answers were just like so weird. And his social skills were kind of lacking.
Like he was dry or
Yeah, yeah, kind of. Dry is an interesting word for it. But just like very short answers. Didn't really give a lot. Pretty much
mm-hmm.
was repeating the stuff we already talked about in text.
Yeah.
So I was like, do you not remember what we were talking about?
Yeah.
Um, and just like me asking questions, follow up questions. He never asked me a single question or like follow up question.
Red
So I
flag.
feel like I was doing everything.
Yeah.
And just like some behaviors that really grossed me out because I like to think that I'm very polished.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing someone behave this way, present themselves with this kind of lifestyle, it was very much like interesting.
Yeah.
Then there was some other stuff that was going on behind the scenes. I was like, oh, this might actually not be normal. This might be creepy
Mm-hmm.
because it may have been. I don't know how I can describe this, but like it was just creepy.
Yeah.
It definitely was not like a normal attraction. And yeah, I like by the end, the entire time, like almost immediately, I was just like so uncomfortable. But sitting there, I don't know how long it was, maybe like 30, 40 minutes. Do you remember when I texted you?
I don't remember.
30, 40 minutes of absolute torture, so uncomfortable. The fucking server, I feel like felt so bad for me. But I also feel like he was hitting on me. But like that's just me.
Yeah.
That's me. But he was so polite. Love him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I hid out in the bathroom and waited for him to leave. I was like, fuck no.
I feel like first dates, like it's always a story time, you know?
I think I did learn a lot about it as I went into my following relationship, being like, okay, before we even like meet, I want to get more information about who you are. I want to know what you look like, what you sound like, etc. And so like I did go through all of those, kind of just like learning as I went. And yeah, no other really bad dating horror stories.
Yeah. There we have it. Um, would you say like I feel like we touched on this a little bit, but your I guess values or morals and beliefs about friends with benefits, hooking up, and like
Mm,
the sexual aspect with like people, you know?
mhm. So how would you describe friends with benefits?
I mean, I think it's just like, oh, like we're friends, but I'll call you up if I'm like horny or something.
Yeah. I don't I'm definitely not like into that, but I
Yeah.
probably don't have a problem with it. Like as long as y'all are single, you're not
Yeah.
cheating on anyone. I don't like if
Yeah.
like y'all can do your thing. I think it's kind of interesting that you're sharing that kind of intimacy but not having any heart behind it. I feel like if I
Yeah.
were to do that, I'd feel kind of dirty or something just like wrong.
I can't imagine being able to stay friends when you're sharing that intimate side. I feel like the way I imagine it, as someone who has never like engaged in that type of lifestyle, like if I were to, I feel like I would fall for them.
No, literally, that's why I think it's heartless because how can you like be like that and just like not care?
Yeah, and then in a way, I feel like it kind of comes off as in like feels like you're in a relationship, but you don't want the label, you know?
Mm,
Because
not even. I think that's what situationships are. I think this is just like
but this is like with actually having sex. Well, with situationships, like you don't need to be having sex.
I think a lot of them do. I think a situationship is just a relationship, but you're just like not labeling it.
I think it's like both, but friends with benefits is more like sex
Yeah,
focused.
it's just like
Yeah,
you're just friends. Like friends is completely separate. This is like purely just like it's basically it's literally just hooking up, but you happen to be friends.
yeah,
Which I'm not for hookup culture, so that's probably why I feel the way I do.
agreed.
But I just like don't understand how you can know the person, be intimate with them, and then walk away and not feel like depressed. Because like I imagine like going to sleep that night just being like alone. Because like if you're a hookup, you're not gonna like do aftercare. You're not gonna like stay and like be there in the morning.
Hmm.
Well, maybe you are, but if you're staying there till morning, that's kind of giving a relationship.
It is.
That's yeah, that's just kind of fucked.
When would you? When would it like be the okay sign for you to give yourself away in that aspect?
Like outside of a relationship, like the
Both,
emotional intimacy, or inside or both.
like sexual intimacy. Like how fast? Like, do you have like a 3 month rule or like anything like that, or is it just go with the flow with relationships,
I
like actual
think
committed ones?
for my own anxiety, I kind of have to follow the 3 month rule, but at the same time, there's like a leeway because from what I understand of the 3 month rule, it's like 1 month of no physical contact, 2 months of no romance, and 3 months of no intimacy of the nether regions.
Wait, what do you mean? No romance in month two?
Like first month, no like hand holding or cuddling. 2 months, no kissing or like anything too out there.
Yeah,
And then 3 months, I think that's how that works. And then 3 months is like doing it.
yeah,
So I try and follow that for my anxiety, but at the same time, I think you're the world does not work by binary standards. So when it comes to humans, it's just like organic. What happens, happens.
exactly.
And then how do you feel about that 3 month rule?
3 month rule. I definitely think like on paper it sounds like a good idea, um, but I don't think I would. I think I'm just like a go with the flow person, but I
Mm,
know not to go into things too fast. I think
mm,
pacing is important and not rushing into things too fast.
mm.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the 3 month rule really existed or exists from older people
Yeah.
who are going mainly on dating apps, who struggle with it's usually women that like do the 3 month rule, who are seeing these men and men are just like they want one thing and one thing only.
Exactly.
And so the 3 month rule is invented to like protect themselves. But even then, some men are just manipulative like that. So I think in those situations it's more important so you can keep yourself safe emotionally, physically. But no, I think it applies for everyone. But I think it really just depends if you know things are real or not. Then you're kind of on to the when do you think it's right to share that intimacy, whether it's someone that's in a relationship or like not, like hookups.
Mm, I think we talked enough about like giving yourself away when you're in a relationship. So I think we should dive a little bit more into when you're not, when you don't have that label yet.
Mm,
Whether it's like you're still in the talking stage or like one night stands.
okay. Well, I'm just like flat out against one night stands.
Hmm.
Girl, you have a rose toy for a reason. You can not sacrifice yourself. I do think it is a sacrifice. You are sharing your soul with someone, and like I don't. This can kind of be a touchy subject for a lot of people because I think it's just such a part of you. Like I don't think I could ever do hookup culture because it would just feel like someone's defiling my temple.
Yeah.
Like I love me, I worship me. You're not gonna come in, throw my entire.
pH balance off.
Sorry about that. The camera died. So, moving on to like dating apps. I think with the removal of third spaces, they've become very much necessary, but I really do not appreciate them because you're very much just judging the book by its cover, and you're only getting so much information about someone. You're supposed to like make in what I believe is a lifelong decision. It's kind of toxic just judging people like that. But at the same time, at this rate, we don't have any other choice.
I think I definitely see where you're coming from. And another person said, I don't remember who, but one of my friends was like, I will never go on dating apps because I hate how it's like treating people like a catalog, like flipping through
No,
pages.
literally.
But a part of me also is like for dating apps because in person, you're still looking at people like face, like, you're still
Hmm.
judging like how they look. And then with dating apps, you just know their interests like at a glance. You don't have to like try to dig deep and like try to like, oh, like, do you like this? Oh, maybe what about this? And then it's also nice because at least on Hinge, I haven't tried any other dating apps. You can see what their goals are, like long term, short term, so you don't have to like get yourself caught up in like unnecessary like
No
bullshit. Yeah,
situationships.
exactly. And then you can also see like if they smoke, drink, etc., etc.
Hmm.
So right off the bat, you can see if their lifestyle doesn't really like align with your values. So I think that's really nice. But
I also feel like in third spaces, you kind of already have that. Like if you're goth meeting other goths, you're probably gonna be doing it like at a rave or like a nightclub that's meant for goth activities, or like there's events. I don't know much that happens around here, but there's like goth night and stuff. So you're gonna meet people that have similar interests in you.
mm-hmm.
And then usually you're probably gonna find them in a situation that kind of relates to you. Like if you're gonna go out back smoking and you
Yeah,
see someone out there who's also smoking, you're kind of like, oh,
yeah,
hey.
it is possible.
And we do not support smoking of any kind. So bad for your health. And you're saying?
um, I think there's definitely like, yeah, good and bad sides because in person, if you look at someone, you can't tell their relationship status, and a lot of the times, when you go up to someone, they're not just gonna say right off the bat, "Oh, I'm taken." Like sometimes you got to do like a little digging, and then even on like if you like stalk their Instagram, I know for girls it's more common to have their partner post it up, but for guys not so much.
Mm.
So that's also difficult to tell. And then
I think even
yeah,
at that point, like friends to lovers, or just like having a new friends is always like not a bad thing.
of course, yeah.
So I think honestly, go for it. Stop being shy. Everyone go after who the fuck you want.
YOLO, you only live once.
Either you
But
walk away with a friend or with an enemy. In either way, what fun.
yeah, you live once, but at the same time, take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Don't be too
At the end of the day,
nice.
it's you in your life, and it's only at the end, it's just going to be you in your consciousness. So value yourself, respect yourself, treat yourself right, and don't sell yourself for anyone.
Well said.
Period.
Period.
And if you want to see us rate some hinge profiles, go over to our Patreon. I think it's like patreon.com/slash the Killing Confessions podcast. I mean, right here for you and in the description. We're going to see some funny fucking shit and also comment on what we like, what we don't like,
Lots of
and
judging.
how y'all need to do better. Because what the hell are y'all saying on your profiles? Thank you so much for watching. I'm EVC,
And I'm Angela.
and this was the
Kindling
Kindling
Confessions
Confessions
podcast.
podcast.